You know what they don't ever really teach you? How to be a skeptic. You know, they may pay lip service to it. They might have, you know, said a little something here and there about it, but they never really hammered it home. Like, this is probably the most important, probably the most useful skill you're ever gonna use in life. Being a skeptic, how to know when you're being scammed, how to know whether or not there's a rational reason to believe something. Are you rationally justified in believing something? And when you look at it, you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Because if I'm trying to sell you shit, why would I hold my nose? You know, you have to think about it from that perspective. I think people make this like misconception that society is intentional. Like, this isn't an intentional society. This is an unintentional society. So I look at it from that perspective. You show me the incentive, I'll show you the outcome. But people get this misconception, like, what world do you think you live in? What world do you think we live in? It's almost like the well's been poisoned, as far as people telling people, they're basically indoctrinating them into believing the world is a certain way when it's not. Like, you show me the incentive, I'll show you the outcome. What type of person do you think that being a teacher attracts? Just take anything, any occupation, any activity, describe it, and then think about what type of person that activity is likely to attract. Not to say that everybody that does that job or activity is that, but you just gotta think about it, and you'll get your answer. What type of person, just using this for example, let's take teacher. What type of person would sign up to be around children, annoying children, for shit pay, for the majority of their lives? Just think about it. Think about it. Take all the bias away. Take as much bias away as possible. What type of person do you think is attracted to the occupation of having utter dominion legally and the right to assert fatal force, lethal force against anyone under legal jurisdiction? What type of person do you think is attracted to that job? A police officer, by the way, if you didn't notice. If you didn't figure that out. What type of person do you think would sign up to go to a foreign country and kill people? Period. I could just stop right there. What type of person do you think is attracted to that job? Military, if you didn't put two and two together. What type of person do you think would know that somebody committed a heinous crime but has the lack of moral scruples to argue and find the legal loopholes to get this person to walk free, knowing that they committed a heinous crime for a paycheck. Why would you, what person do you think would sign up to do that job? Regardless of whether the person, committed a heinous crime or not, they're going to try their best to find the loopholes in the legal system so that the person can walk free just because they paid them. I mean, not for nothing, dude. Just think about it. I'm not, it's not a good, bad, right, wrong. I'm just simply stating the information so that you can make your own decision. That just goes to show, you show me the incentive, I'll show you the outcome. When people, it's so funny when people say like, oh, you're being a productive member of society, you're doing that to become a productive member of society. This person is, they're the backbone of society. It's interesting. Why do you go to work? Is it to become a productive member of society? No, it's for a damn paycheck. Average person, they don't give a fuck about being a productive member of society, whatever that means. They're there for a damn paycheck. Give a fuck if the fucking company burned to the fucking ground. They don't give a damn. That's why, you ask the average person, they hit the lottery, first thing they do is quit their job. They fucking hate their jobs. Show me the incentive, I'll show you the outcome. It goes back to, if I'm trying to sell you shit, why would I hold my nose? Politicians. Oh, they're the backbone of America. They're the backbone of society. Yeah, but you're not doing it. That's interesting. You implement legislation to perpetually fuck over the average person and then pay lip service to try to gaslight them into thinking what they're doing is productive to society in some way, when you're really just making profits for some private citizen. Just some guy, the boss of the company is just some guy that started a business because he wanted money. Like they just leave that part out. You go to school, oh man, you're gonna go to college, get a degree so that you can impress some guy that just started a business. You're gonna go to college to get a degree to work for somebody that didn't get the degree. But that you're somehow making society productive. How the fuck is spinning a sign on the side of the road productive to society? Insert generic politician, president, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. Left, right, red, blue, elephant, donkey. Who gives a fuck? It's all the same shit. Two wings on the same fucked up, corrupt bird. Now you gotta think about it strip all of the jargon and the bureaucracy from it. Just strip it down to the most bare bones, logical framework. That motherfucker in that suit on TV talking, would he go on a stanky ass fucking boat 2 weeks at a time doing hard manual labor for fucking 40 years. Would he do that? Do you think that motherfucker would do that? If the answer is no, you're probably getting scammed. Do you think that motherfucker, that talking head on TV, will go thousands of meters into the fucking Earth's crust and mine coal? If your answer is no, you're probably getting scammed. Now, with the motherfuckers that's saying, oh, but you're the backbone of society. You contribute to society. You're a productive member of society. If that motherfucker wouldn't be hiked up 100 feet in the air, offshore, to burn metal, now burning metal shavings flying into their face. If you don't think they would do that, then you're probably getting scammed. Now you up here talking all of this bullshit, actively implementing legislation so that you keep your job, and that the motherfuckers that are, quote, productive members of society keep getting fucked over. You wouldn't go on a funky ass fish boat and fucking do manual labor. You wouldn't do that. No, because they, I'm pretty sure they figure out, man, doing that, hauling fish, operating a fucking forklift, burning metal or hauling wood or whatever the fuck, insert any fucking 9-to-5 occupation, salary work, it doesn't fucking matter. Insert whatever the fuck you want. They figured out, man, that's not a good deal. You know what is a good deal? Going on TV and being a talking head, spewing a bunch of bullshit, convincing people that I give a fuck about them, so I can keep my job. That's what a politician is. That's what a preacher is. I can insert a bunch of things. That just goes to show. But insert politician said this. They said they actually care about the well-being of the citizens. Of course they're gonna tell you that, jackass. If they're trying to sell you shit, why would they hold their nose? Would the president trade places with the garbage collector? Would they wake up at 3 a.m., hang off the back of a moving truck to pick up garbage? And your answer to that question depends on whether or not it's a scam. Just think about it. What type of person does the occupation and the job description of leader of the country attract? somebody that wants to be paid to be in control of an entire country, what personality profile, what pathology do you think that attracts? Just a thought experiment. How can you be the backbone of society and a loser at the same time? How can those two things be reconciled? How can they coexist? It's like damning someone with a faint praise. It's like they'll tell you, you're the backbone of society. Meanwhile, inferring that you work a bullshit job for bullshit pay. It's like a carrot and stick type of thing. It's just like something you tell somebody so they can keep doing something that you want them to do that you don't want to do. It's always these double standards. Like if you're a rich asshole, you're an alpha leader with a killer mentality. If you're a poor asshole, you're a grouchy dick who lives in his mother's basement. It's like they take these words and they essentialize it, like as if the difference between the positive and the negation of a word is some other arbitrary description that they add to it. Like, for example, rich and poor. If you say that the difference between rich and poor people is anything but money, I don't know what you're talking about. Like when they say rich people are this way, they have these personality traits, they have these. No, it's the money that's the difference. Anything else is just some type of preconceived notion. Because when you didn't say this type of person who is rich, you just said rich person. That with that simple description, the difference between that is money. It's like, and it's funny because when they say these like glittering generalities, backbone of society and whatever, it's like you can see what they actually feel, like how they actually feel and the way things are in the de facto. You can see it slip through. Kind of like when somebody rich and famous, when they fall off or whatever that means, when they lose popularity or, favor with their fans or whatever, they'll say something like, you might as well go get your CDL. Like, think about that. Yeah, it's funny. It might be funny at first glance, but if you think about it, they're basically saying that, the so-called backbone of society, people like truck drivers that, deliver goods. And, without truck drivers, we wouldn't have all these goods and services, right? But at the same time, you're making fun of somebody that, if they lose their money, they lose their fame, that they might as well go get their CDL. So basically you're saying that they'll be doomed to driving trucks as if it's a bad thing. Whether or not it is, I don't know. I'm basically describing what you people, what society says, how you people judge people. They're talking out both sides of their mouth. Yeah. So I always say you got to look at the facto, not the rules, the de facto.